No, but so there's a bunch of props, and you're able to pick one: basketball, soccer, tennis. I saw the skateboard, and I was like, it just resonated with me. I'd never seen. I don't think I probably seen like a Tricks commercial, and I probably watched an episode of like Rocket Power at the time. So that's the only time that I saw skateboarding.
Yeah.
And so I grabbed it, took that photo, and I thought about it all day when I was in school. And I told my mom, like, Mom, like, there's this, I skateboard, like, it was so cool. And she was like, oh, okay. And eventually, her and my dad ended up getting me one. But, like, no shade to Walmart. It was crappy and not the best. But soon after, my mom came through and got me like a real board with like urethane wheels, titanium trucks, and like real wood and real bearings. And I just took it everywhere I went. It was the one thing that was like most consistent in my life. I did a lot of sports. I did a lot of art programs. The skateboard was just always there. And then I think when I got to high school, which is so crazy, when I tell the story, I'm like, how did I think so deep? I guess I'm a deep thinker, but when I was 14, I love a lot of coming of age movies.
Mhm.
And they're always like, who am I gonna be? What am I gonna do? And when I turned 14, I was in high school, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a pro skater. That's what I'm gonna do with my life. That's what I'm gonna be. And I just like remember saying that and putting my skateboard in the locker. And then every day from there, I would like skate and just like research skateboarding, think about skateboarding. I lived and breathed skateboarding. In between like school, soccer, basketball, all this other stuff. But the thing that really made me stick about skateboarding is that I would put so much time and effort into it, and I would get exactly what I would get back. Whereas in school, I wasn't the best, and I'd work so hard, like with math, especially math. I worked so fucking hard, and then like I would get the test back, and it's like, you ever seen a 47? You ever seen a 30 on a test? I've seen a lot of those.
Spencer's probably seen a few of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty smart. So
Yeah, it's like you work really hard on something, and you're like, this is it.
yeah, facts.
And it just was, especially when you're a kid, it's so like discouraging. But with skateboarding, I would give it time, and I would see the progression. So I was like, I like this. Like I like this.
Mm.
And then from there, I just like I self-taught myself in YouTube. I would go online, look up how to ollie, how to kickflip, and just like watch the videos, go outside, go try the trick all day, like after school until night. So like I just realized that like someone asked me like, who taught you how to skate? And I was like, the internet? Like you literally YouTube. I grew up skating by myself, so it was just YouTubing myself, which now I find out was like that's a little neurodivergent. Just playing with yourself all day and having the best time of your life.
I don't need any friends.
I know. I got my skateboard.
And YouTube.
But yeah, so and then from there, I just like figured out like what the culture was. Like you make videos, you send them in. I was super shy, so I'm not really good at like the whole aspect thing. I would just send my video in and be like, hey, hope you like my video. And then wait for a response. And then only three people responded. Bill from Supreme, Pontus from Polar, but he was like, you skate like Jeff Hostel. And I was like, who? And it's like this Hawaiian guy with long hair. I'm like, how do we skate alike? Whatever. And then I think Mike Sinclair from like Pick Wheels or something. He was like, keep going. You have like, he's like, you had it, but it's not there yet. But I remember Bill just being like, that's so sick. Like, keep it up. And I was like, shit. And then from there, I would talk to him the most because he's who I like. I liked his videos. I liked what he was doing. This was before he worked for Supreme, though.
Okay.
He was like doing other stuff for Quicksilver, Habitat, Alien Workshop. I just love that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, from there, it just I kept going. And then I woke up one day and I lived in New York City, sponsored by the best companies in the world. That's it. Yeah.
Sometimes shit works out.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit works out. Sometimes you put a lot of effort, a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of obsessiveness, but also passion.
Yeah.
I assume Spencer's going to ask you a boatload of questions based on all the stuff you just said. This is magnificent.
Yeah, I'm
Loving this.
I'm looking forward to it.
Look at this.
Yeah. I mean, being in such a heavily male dominated sport that is skateboarding, and especially being a Black woman in the sport as well, unfortunately, you can't pinpoint a lot of skateboarders growing up, especially like me. I love watching skateboarders and stuff like that, and I can handpick like a bunch of them, but unfortunately, you don't get a ton that are of the same as complexion as you, and that's, unfortunate. But how did you really go about like just going with the landscape that was so heavily not looking like you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that took play. Like one, I had my blinders on, like literally like this. I didn't see anything else but this skateboard in front of me
Let's do it.
and what I wanted to skate. And two, I'm really good at like puzzles. So I would be like, nobody, I was like, okay, nobody looks like, I had no one to look up to. I'm the first of myself to be where I'm at. So I would see a Black man skater like Kareem Campbell, and then I would
Mhm.
see Alyssa Steamer, a woman skateboarder. Still not me, but I would put them together and be like, I could kind of see myself, like that's me. You know what I mean? She's a
Yeah.
girl, he's Black, he's tall. Like I'm like making this person in my head, which I'm making myself, you know? And then I would play games like I don't know if you know who Chad Tim Tim is. He's like an ex-pro.
Yeah.
We had the same birthday, January 7th. I'm
Mhm.
like, he has the same birthday
Mhm.
and he's pro. I'll be pro too. Like, just shit like that. I would just tell myself, like, I could be pro too. We have the same birthday. Like, why wouldn't it work out for me? Like, I mean, I'm probably delusional in that way, but I would just do that to myself. I would just kind of just like nothing really mattered. And I think I was just so like sheltered when I did go to the skate park. I didn't have time to be self-conscious. My mom's in the parking lot waiting for me. I have an hour because so I'm just like, I don't have these obstacles in front of my house where I usually skate. So I'm skating. I don't give a fuck about anybody else because I have to leave in an hour. They're here all day, all night. I have an hour. So I'm just gonna make my hour count. So I didn't care about anybody around me. And plus, like, I had built-in friends at home, my siblings. I had friends in school, kinda, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really looking for like community there in that way. I just wanted to skateboard. Like, now I have friends in skating, which is really nice. And it's really cool to go skating with people and like now I get to experience that aspect of it. But growing up, I really didn't like it's sad to say I didn't really care. It was just like I wanted to skateboard. That's all I wanted to do. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I survived. I just didn't pay attention.
Didn't pay
Fair.
attention, but also so delusional that you reached so far and you were making these random connections and you're trying to piece together this puzzle to almost manifest you becoming the individual that you are. To anyone to get to where they're going to go, they have to dream so fucking wildly. It's probably going to be delusional. And for people that with beginnings of us, which are astronomically probably not people that are going to make it to those places, you gotta be a little delusional.
Oh, 100%. And plus, I grew up with my mom being so like, you can do anything you want. Like, she was realistic, but she never hindered a dream. Like, I was never told, like, you can't. If anything, it's like, oh, that's awesome. And I grew up watching a lot of manifestation stuff. Like, she also sat us down one day randomly and she was like, I have this movie for you. And it was a secret. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
My mother made me watch it and read it. As soon as you said that, I'm like, The Secret?
She made me watch it and it just clicked. And I was like, oh, it's that simple, you know? And so I was at that very young age, I was just very mindful of my thoughts. And it's like, what you think about, you bring about. I thought about skateboarding and I thought about, my art and stuff like that. Like, I just
Invested.
and also, yeah, my mom just set me up right. Like, I've always been super active. I've always been into like it's almost like this. I look back on my life now and I'm like, everything I do now, I already did it. on a smaller scale. So it just feels like I'm doing it on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, you know?
100%. Real quick. I assume I want to give a little shout out to moms. Sound like they had a big role into this.
Yeah, she's the best. Like, literally why I'm here today and like who I am today. Like, you know, it's like this. You know when? So my mom always told me this thing. She was like, she would always call me beautiful and like and I was like, Mom, like why? She goes, I'm telling you that now. So when you're older, some lame ass dude doesn't come up to you and tell you you're beautiful, and then you're sold on the first bet. You know your worth already. You know your worth already. And I kid you not, that's true. No one can tell me anything about myself because I already know. Like my mom told me that. Like her opinion matters more than whoever the hell is trying to have my attention. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I love that.
So it's stuff like that. She would just teach me randomly throughout the day, and I took in everything she said. And listen to your mom, kids, because you too one day can be a Supreme.
Every time you say Supreme, I honestly just think of Taco Bell. I'm gonna be real. It's just a Supreme taco. I'm like,
I'm not gonna collab with them, so I don't see how that.
No, Supreme. It's I'll get a taco Supreme. Let me get some sour cream on that thing.
That's what makes it Supreme, apparently, is tomatoes and sour cream.
It is.
The cheesy gordita crunch is.
Hey, I love a cheesy gordita.
But Supreme. See how many times we can say Supreme today.
Supreme.
Again, I don't know fuck.
On to the show. So you actually made a great ad with your grandma, who's from Haiti.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop!